brought to you by Allstate Motorcycle Insurance. Are you in good hands? Beautiful Daytona International Speedway. More to come from here, including NASCAR America. That's coming up next, as well as NASCAR Throwback. And with the NASCAR Throwback, you will not want to miss tonight's NASCAR Throwback special highlighting Dale Jr.'s 2004 Daytona 500 win. And Dale Jr. even chimed in, can't wait to watch this tonight. So you'll be able to watch him winning the Daytona 500 along with Dale Earnhardt Jr., who, by the way, is out on the track right now, third in this line of Hendrick Motorsports cars.
Rick, I don't think we can play this up enough, Jeff. I'd like to hear your opinion, but we have 17 cars out of the entire field that have even taken to the racetrack in this practice. And then here we have a 7-time champion leading his teammate Casey Kane, leading Dale Earnhardt Jr. his final trip at Daytona, looking at perhaps a must-win to make the playoffs. And here they are grinding out laps, 11 laps, now 12 laps in the practice. Really, the only 3 cars that are continuing to run. You know, the debate of if you should run and if you shouldn't. Teams will go back and look with the results on Saturday night. If these 3 cars drive the best, it's going to be a lot of owners asking why their car sat in the garage here.
Is this an indication, Steve, do you think, that these teams, Hendrick Motorsports and these individual teams, believe that handling is going to matter? That the only way they're going to find out is to put laps on their tires, hot conditions, hot slick racetrack, and trying to get their car to do something wrong so they can learn. That would be the only reason I would imagine they were running this many laps.
Well, listen, I think they have no choice but to put themselves in this position, because if any team in the garage area has fought handling at the speedways, it's been Hendrick Motorsports. Dale Earnhardt Jr., the Daytona 500, near the front of the field, 5th car in line, the car gets loose. He tries a little side draft. We've talked. That is a must to be competitive here. His car couldn't handle it. He spins around. Contact with the inside wall. Ends his day.
And this was after a great move down the back straightaway, side draft and doing everything he could to get up. Here you are, Talladega, a track where you don't think about handling at all. You see that car jump up on the outside of him, pulled the air around on him, and now he's along for the ride. So if you have these problems at Talladega, you're going to certainly have them in Daytona. So this team has reason to believe that they have an issue to work on. And again, we just showed the 48, his teammates. So Hendrick Motorsports with the issue, no coincidence they're out there working harder than everybody else right now.
And I like that, Rick. Listen, sometimes you have to put your ego aside. This hurts. If I'm a crew chief for one of these cars, this is kind of like showing the garage, I don't know how good my car is going to be. You know, these other guys are sitting in there. They kind of feel good about themselves. These 3 big-name drivers are basically admitting to the world, you know what, we can't risk it. We have to come out here and practice more than everyone else.
And as we're hearing now, these guys start to slow down. They're going to be making their way into the garage. Maybe one of their steepest competitions is going to come from the Penske organization. Standing by with one of those, Marty.
So Joe Logano is one of those guys who practice. There you see the win sticker on the Logano car. We decided on NASCAR America a couple weeks ago we don't like the phrase encumbered win, correct?
Right. Yeah, I don't like that so much. It's I feel like, they still gave me the trophy, right?
Right, yeah. You said I won.
I know. That I won the Clash down here. You know, we won that race, and that didn't mean anything either.
You reminded everybody in your meetings you have 2 wins this year, correct?
Exactly. We have 2 wins. None of them count.
That's okay. It did count that you went out in this practice session. So we're having this debate. We saw Junior and the Hendrick cars running a lot in this session. You ran a little bit. What's the debate on whether to run or not in this final session?
Yeah, we were able to go out there with a lot of our Ford teammates in the first practice and tune our Shell Penzo 40 into where it handles pretty good. You know, and handling anytime you come down here, it's getting worse and worse every year. But as the you know, as the asphalt wears and stuff like that, but it's definitely getting you know, hot out and all that. But if the sun goes down, the grip will get a little bit better. But it's slick out there even in practice, so it definitely changes the whole race on how it all runs.
So when you're in those little packs, you were pointing it out on our monitor there, where it's just 6, 7, 8 cars. What can you learn, Joey?
Man, I want to be in a big pack to learn something. That's the only way you get something realistic, is that you're in a real big pack. It's, you know, just like you would in a race. But, you know, you can find some things. You know, like I said, it's hot. It's slicking up right now. that you can feel some handling characteristics in your car, but man, I want the real deal. I want 30 cars out there, you know, beating and banging. That's what I want to do. At least it's most fun. The crew chiefs don't like that.
Right, yeah.
I don't know if every driver likes it, but I definitely do. And a crew chief, I think every crew chief down here does not want to do that.
Hey, Steve, he told me, you know, if you were crew chiefing for me, he said, I'm not afraid to run in a big pack. I wish I had more people who weren't afraid with me. Let's all run in a big pack out there. But I don't think crew chiefs like that. I think you're right, Joey.
Marty, you can tell him that I think Doug Yates wouldn't like the Joey Logano-Steve Letarte combination. We might go over our laps because we'd be making laps in practice.
Well, even though Joey Logano has a win, it's not going to count toward the playoffs. But guys that have got wins that will get them into the playoffs, 10 different drivers. And 3 of those first-time winners already to start off the 2017 season.